But there are a lot of challenges. Wandering mind for me was a big one. But there are other challenges that people do have with meditation. Can we talk about a few of those?
Sure. So the greatest challenge that people have with meditation, I find, is that they think meditation is supposed to be about letting your mind go blank. And it's not. So nobody's going to like sit there and just magically their mind goes blank and all of a sudden they're meditating and maybe they're levitating. I think actually levitation is about as easy as letting your mind go blank for a few minutes. Like it's impossible.
Yeah.
And so in meditation, what you're really doing is you're having thoughts, which are okay. It's normal. Our brains have thoughts. And when you have the thought, you're moving your mind away from it and back onto something that's neutral. In your case, when you were paying attention to different parts of your body, like your feet, your legs, your knees, that's called a body scan. So, when you had a thought, you would bring your attention back to the next part of your body and just pour all your attention into it. So, first problem, people have a misconception that your mind's supposed to go blank. It's not. If your mind doesn't go blank, don't worry about it. If you have a ton of thoughts, totally fine. The question is what you do when you have those thoughts. Do you follow the thought and think about it? Or do you let the thought go, either by just bringing your attention back or writing it down if you feel like you really need to? If that's your way to let it go, that's okay, especially at the beginning. And then returning to your meditation practice. Another common problem people have is the misconception that you have to be sitting in a particular posture. So there's no magic to sitting on the floor with your knees crossed in an uncomfortable lotus. It doesn't really matter how you sit. The standard meditation posture is meant to be one that creates a sensation of uprightness. So you're sitting with a straight back, you're feeling upright, you're feeling strong and grounded. For most people, that is not sitting in a lotus position on the floor. So forget about that. You can sit in a chair, in a comfy chair, however makes you feel good, so long as you don't fall asleep. Which brings us to the next challenge. Some people fall asleep when they meditate. That's also okay. And that's incredibly normal at the beginning. I would fall asleep meditating at the beginning. Now, when I do a focused attention meditation, it makes me more alert because meditation ultimately does make you far more alert and more engaged in the world. But at the beginning, it can make you feel sleepy, and that's okay. It's probably a sign that you're not sleeping well, and that when you've given your body a few minutes rest, it just wants to fall asleep, which is a great sign to actually prioritize getting more sleep at night. And if you find that you're falling asleep in a practice, that's okay. Choose a shorter practice, choose something guided, do a walking meditation, for example, so that you're standing and you're moving, or use something that's going to give you a little bit of stimulation during the practice. You stay awake, stand up while you're doing it, take deep breaths. And then another challenge that people have is feeling like, are they doing it right? And so that's possibly the biggest
ding,
challenge.
Ding, ding, ding.
Exactly. That's possibly the biggest challenge in a meditation practice. And, for that one, know that as you're letting your mind go from a thought and coming back to the breath, that is the act of meditation. It might feel weird or strange, but just keep doing it. And as you do it bit by bit, you're going to see improvement.